On this last episode of season 2, and yes, I said last, we're going to be talking about murder hornets, or as you might know them, just another entry in a 2020 newspaper. I'm sure you've seen them on the news, just as I have, and haven't really felt good about them.
Asian Giant Hornets, nicknamed
Murder Hornet.
Murder Hornet.
Murder Hornet. Murder Hornets.
Okay, before you freak out and before I freak out, we're going to be answering a lot of questions, like what even are murder hornets? Why are they a threat to us? Are we even doing anything to get rid of them? Wait, if we have murder hornets, what's next? Are Venus flytraps going to bite off my ass? How do I not die? Let's get started. So what are murder hornets? Well, these are a species of wasp that are indigenous to regions in Asia, like Japan, Eastern Russia, or any other place in Asia that really has a tropical or temperate climate zone. They can grow up to 2 inches. They can grow up to 2 inches in length, and their sting is 7 times as dangerous as your average honeybees. Not to mention, it hurts a lot.
I see blood.
Now, if you are, how do I say this, clinically insane, one good thing about murder hornets is that they leave a nice tingling sensation on your tongue when you eat them. And this delicacy is enjoyed in Japan. And while that's cool and all, I have one question. Why? Japan, I'm not hating on you. You give us a lot of cool stuff. But like, why? You give us anime, you give us bidets. Why do you give us murder hornets too? Come on, man. This is like having to choose between 3 doors. One of them has the iPhone 12. One of them has a really cute puppy that you really want. And the other one has freaking murder hornets. And what's worse, it becomes a 3-for-1 deal. So you get all 3, but you also get murder hornets. Like, why? One thing to know about murder hornets is that they won't be attacking you or I anytime soon. But these murder hornets are one of the most predatory insects in the world. And they destroy honeybee hives that farmers depend on for pollination.
So you'll just us to death?
We'll sure try.
These hornets can destroy these honeybee hives in just a few hours by, well, you know what? I'd rather just show you.
Rip off the heads of the bees one by one until the whole colony is decimated in a matter of hours. A rarely witnessed assault captured here.
We can't lose bees. Bees are very important in maintaining biodiversity, and they're super important pollinators too. Bees are like little siblings. They're annoying as hell, but you have no choice but to love them. Losing populations of bees could result in lowering production of fruits, vegetables, and nuts, which would have a major impact on how healthy the diet is of an average American. Which actually, now that I think about it, isn't that healthy anyways, so yeah. Also, without bees, we wouldn't get avocados. Are you okay with the price of guac skyrocketing, Karen? I'm not. I'm sure as hell you're not either. Now you're probably wondering, Akash, I'm okay with them being deadly in Japan, but here in America? No. We can't have them being dangerous here. Please tell us, how'd they even get here in the first place? And you see, the most likely theory is that they came here in pursuit of the American dream. You know, the immigrant wasp comes over and he's like, I'm gonna make a name for myself. I'm gonna kill all of the bees everywhere. I'm gonna become the greatest bee. Okay, I'm gonna stop. They came here through the mail. These so-called murder hornets are actually used in the treatment of arthritis. And so, I don't know, one of them must have been let out or something. And like, it's just a couple of hornets, right? It shouldn't be that bad to deal with. Wrong. Wrong. Even a single fertile queen is enough to establish a huge hive of hornets. Huge hive of hornets, 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 huge. That's not a very good tongue twister. Thought I'd try it. And even if there isn't a queen in the first place, the hornets can still give birth to a queen. Here's how. Most bee, wasp, and other hornet species communicate using these chemicals called pheromones. And the queen sprays these pheromones out, and the workers basically do whatever these pheromones tell them to do. It's kind of like listening to someone talking while you're behind a wall. You know each other exists, but the only reason you know that is because you hear the other person's voice. But the moment the worker hornets stop getting pheromone signals, they think their queen is dead. So they start the process of laying eggs and creating a whole new queen. Now let's get back to the news. The first murder hornets in the US were sighted almost a year ago in Washington state. As 2020 progressed, sightings only increased. But on October 24th, we got some good news. The Washington State Department of Agriculture successfully eradicated a hornet hive. The nest was found by tracking different hornets that were caught using traps that were set up by state officials. And actually, if you live in Washington and you want to help them out, check the link in the description. You can set up your own traps and then report them to the Washington State Department of Agriculture to see if they need any help or anything like that. So as for the nest, it was carefully destroyed and the hornets were sucked out using a vacuum. Just another day of vacuuming hornet hives. Hey, Bob? At first, the researchers captured 2 queens. But the more they dug into the nest, the more they realized that this potential nest could have laid up to 200 queens. 200! After winter, those 200 queens could have formed their own nests. And remember what I said earlier? Even a single fertile queen is enough to establish a huge hive of hornets. Thank God we took care of that nest. Would have been pretty ugly. As I said before, right now, there haven't been any reports of murder hornets actually attacking people or pets. And it's very unlikely that they will anyways. However, it's very important for you to be able to sight them, identify them, and get the hell away from them if they're ever sighted. I know you probably don't want to look at this. I know I wouldn't either. But here's the difference between a murder hornet and a honeybee. It's pretty distinct, so don't mess up. The Washington State Department of Agriculture also has a website set up for hornet tracking and detection. If that's your thing, I don't know. Check it out, link in the description. But for now, stay informed, keep an eye out for these insects if they ever pop up in your area. Set up traps as directed by Washington State if you do see them, and most importantly, be safe. Thanks for watching. This has been Big Brain Time. Okay, I can't not make a bee pun. We're doing all this hornet and bee talk, but you want me to not make a bee pun? What do you think? I'm sorry, it had to be done. Anyway, this was the last episode of season 2, episode 6 right here. I want to give my sincere thanks to everyone watching and everyone who's been with me like throughout this entire season 2 journey. I really appreciate you all watching, and thank you so much for continuing to watch. As you may know, I've got a pretty dope team helping me out on volunteer basis only, which is like the most amazing part of it all. I'm so thankful to them for helping me out with everything from writing to researching to editing to writing jokes. Season 2 would not have been possible without that team. So to the Big Brain Squad, thank you so much. You guys are honestly the best. All in all, once again, thank you everyone. This has been a great season and I definitely plan to keep making more Big Brain Time. We've got more coming out for the next season and we've got a whole lot of new ideas to work with. So be sure to follow at Big Brain Time Official on our Instagram for updates and other stuff like that. Please leave a comment with any questions, feedback, suggestions you may have. Click here to subscribe, click here to watch any of our old videos, and thanks for watching. See you next season.